Yo, haha, Miltnificent.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Miltnificent coming back with another video, man. Today we finally got the Adidas Climacool 3D print. I think they call it Climacool 24, but this is something that I've been trying to get on the Miltnificent channel because I wanted to take a look at this shoe as an entirety. I felt like it's something that is futuristic. You know me, anything that looks futuristic, I love putting on the channel. Let's take a look at this. Shout out to Dick's Sporting Goods for sending this actually extremely quick because I did not think that this will be the case. Now, I did get a half size. You can see right here, 13.5. So I went a half size up, went off basic recommendation for some people who just said, listen, if you wear 13, do a 13.5, just because of the toe box area can be a little bit kind of like compressed, if that makes sense. So let's just kind of get this thing open because I really want to just dive straight into this. Adidas has something going on with this. Like, I know a lot of people like to compare the Climacool and Foam Runner and stuff like that, but this is TPU. So this is thermoplastic polyurethane. So it's a form of a plastic, whereas this is a foam upper. It's just one foam upper. But by design, they're not even close. But both shoes can provide different types of distributed comfort. So let me just let's dive into this and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This comes with a basic, kind of like Adidas box, but I like the presentation, man. Like, this is crazy. You just, I guess at the top, you just open it up. You can see right there. Man, this is wild. This is wild. So let me just bring this out real quick and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to figure out one thing I didn't understand. What Adidas, what's this doing? No, I honestly though, I am very impressed from what I see. So this is it, man. The Adidas Climacool 3D print shoe, and this is something that a lot of companies are taking interest in. And you can see like this crazy lattice design that they put around the shoe gives it breathability, but it also redistributes the weight for comfort. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about by just kind of contorting this towards the upper. I'm going to show you a video of a light source for this actual shoe because you'll get a better understanding of what they did with the 3D print and how they designed it if you see it from a light source from the bottom up. I'll get into that momentarily, but you can see right here, it does have the production date of 4/25. You'll see a picture right here. So it tells me that this was recently produced. And this is what I was kind of talking about or alluding to my last video, is that most shoes, when they're produced, they need some type of time to produce. But 3D print, that's not necessarily the case. And it depends on where they're doing the 3D printing from. I'm not sure if it's a warehouse or somewhere or headquarters. Wherever they're doing it, it's easier to produce a 3D print shoe than an actual full-blown sneaker. Sneaker, you typically have a production line going on to put certain pieces together. It can take some time, whereas a 3D print, depending how fast it can print using the materials, it can get it out pretty much quick. So this, in my opinion, is something that's going to be futuristic. I think it's a little bit more simplistic for a lot of people to look at. And this is the video that I wanted to show you real quick. So when you're looking at the Climacool, and I'm seeing it immediately, you can see the whole Adidas 3 stripes right here, but this lattice design is done for a reason. It's strategically placed in different places. We've seen different types of videos and highlights of this shoe, but you got to understand what they're doing. So the upper, when you're looking at the 3D print, of course, this is all TPU, it's thin. It's thin enough for me to put my hand in there. You can kind of see it, but you'll see the midsole to a certain point when you look at this video. I'm sure exactly what I'm talking about. On the outsole itself is designed differently than what I've ever seen before in an actual shoe. So I've never seen a shoe where you see the holes kind of exposed and then certain areas it's not. And it's done for that for a reason, because you're going to look and see right here that they have an area kind of where the ball of your foot would be, where you need the actual comfort, and the heel where you need the comfort. You don't see this by the naked eye, but when you enhance it with light, you can see the two areas that I'm speaking of, down by the heel, up by the ball of the foot. And one thing I will say about this is when you put the weight, if you're kind of looking at the density, when I did the density comparison between the foam runner, of course, the Climacool, and even, give me 1 second, I'll show you, the Nike React Rejuvenate. There, it's again, your foam, this is foam, and this is plastic. So I felt like the redistribution, kind of like the redistribution of comfort as you're taking step by step, stride by stride, it's met perfectly. The only thing I will say about this is I would definitely recommend putting on like thin socks, because putting it on at first, when you first put it on, feels kind of weird, but once you get adapted to it, you can kind of get used to it. Taking these stride by stride, you can see kind of me showing how different areas are kind of targeted, right? Like it is very, very durable. It's very light. And it's just this is the fact that I can contort this in different forms and it won't like break. I was worried about the material, like the actual TPU, the whole thermoplastic material. I thought that this would be something that could break easily, but to my surprise, this is very, very sturdy. I love this. Like, I'm kind of at a loss of words that they're able to produce stuff like this, and just seeing the first 3D print shoe up close and personal. But as I said, in terms of weight distribution, the midsole, there's a little bit more thickness in terms of the TPU. So that's why I was saying, like, this shoe is definitely, it's, oh man, here's what I hope Adidas does. Take this shoe, make different colorways. And I feel like this is something that could take off for Adidas. They're already coming out with another Climacool that actually features laces. I like the open area concept for the upper, something I can just slide on, walk, and keep going. But some people actually did request for the actual lace. But continuing on with the actual shoe, you can see right here, remember I said like that the lattice it's different points of the actual shoe that helps with the comfort and the breathability. But it's designed, the grooves, the edges, it's all done strategically to give you maximum comfort for each step that you take. Again, comment below, let me know what you think of the Adidas Climacool, at least the 2025 version. I'm not sure if they made some subtle changes, because on the inside you see that whole Adidas logo, but you see that design kind of on the inside. I'm not sure if that was featured on the beta release, which I think was October 2024 of last year. So, you know, some people had a chance to kind of put it on. I guess Adidas wanted to get the public's opinion about the actual shoe. And some people, it's just one of those things that when you get this in hand, this is definitely going to be a conversation starter for those that love to kind of go out and you like attention. This is going to give you a lot of attention. But comment below. Again, let me know what you think of the Adidas Climacool. We call it the 24, but it's technically 25 version. And I look forward to, if at least Adidas looks forward to coming out with different colorways, would definitely suggest anything blue, red, or even a black, because that's definitely going to take off. One thing I will say before we do the on feet, I would not recommend wearing this while it's raining, just because that water is going to be able, while it's able to kind of escape freely, just your socks can get wet, or if you just go barefoot, who knows, but it is easy to clean. You can definitely put this as polyurethane, this TPU plastic. That's probably one good thing about it, is that if you take soap water, you can wash it down. May take some time for it to dry, but this is definitely something you can just throw in the water with confidence. It's no problem. It's just not water repellent. That's the drawback to it. But the design, again, futuristic, simplistic, and it definitely helps at least the environment, so that you don't really require a full-blown factory to actually make something like this. This is just from a 3D print shoe. The concept, the design, the execution, the durability, the flexibility, stride by stride. Let me say right now, I'm gonna do it this way so you guys can see it. This is amazing. It's amazing. Just to have this on the Miltnificent channel, have a 3D print shoe for the first time, it's phenomenal. But your boy Miltnificent, man, I am out. Let's do that on feet for the Adidas Climacool first 3D print shoe on the Miltnificent channel. I am out, and you guys stay blessed.